the simple, the complex, and the advanced ones. A simple block is not objectively worse than an advanced one. In fact, it all is subjective and dependent on one's point of view, obviously. I, personally, in a part of which the background happens to be the main focus, will prefer to see simple blocks being used, since using complex ones could probably blur out the main focus of the scene. However, if it is just a regular glow style part with no focus on effects or backgrounds, I will prefer to stick to making more complex blocks, as making simple ones could make the part uninteresting and boring to look at in general. Now, with that said, let's start building some block designs. My building process basically consists in: first, I make the structure of the block, then I make the base, afterwards the details, and for the last, I do some small adjustments on it just to ensure that the block is overall looking in the exact way I want it to look like. I will start it by building the simple one. In my opinion, a simple block design must have at least these 4 things. Simple structure. Characteristic. With this word, I mean that you should strive to create something unique and remarkable, something that reflects your own style, something that sets you apart and makes you known for it. And this doesn't only apply to block designs, but to everything else you do on your level. Having a unique creation style really makes you a much more memorable creator. On my blocks, I always add a lot of lines and glow lasers. Those are things I came up with. I was the first person to start doing this. Therefore, these things set me apart from the other creators. However, remember that having a creation style doesn't mean that all your creations have to look the same. Always remember to make different things and come up with different concepts and ideas, but while still keeping your own marks to them. Now, I will be adding some of my usual details to this simple block. What I always like to do is, I add the base of the block, black outlines, really bright glow around it, and some really bright glow lines. After it, I will put a black glow with really low opacity on the bottom, and then some really bright glow on the top part of the block, just like that. I like to do it because it really gives a focus point to the brightness of the block, so there is less of a chance for you to mess up with the brightness and the contrast of it. And it's basically done. As you can see, this block is really simple. Anyone can do it.